Hey, what's going on? Happy Thursday. Coach Mark here. Listen, I want to share with you something really quick that means a lot to me because of not only for my own family, for other families that I've had the pleasure to be around in the neighborhood and community and so forth, so on. But I wanted to really hone in on the next generation of kids, your kids potentially. And really, a lot of times I get this often like, hey, what do you suggest my kid does? It's not really an athlete and this and that. And really, I don't want to go into too much of that detail. Maybe why your kid's not as so active and healthy. I just want to share with you a bit of encouragement from a 47-year-old dad who's actually been through it. I've actually walked through it with my own kids who are now 14 and 16. And I want to share with you from a fitness expert's point of view and a dad, really the number one way you can keep. Now, we're not even talking about your own fitness, but it kind of, I have a little a side note here I have to share with you is that there's a point to this that's beyond just for your kids, but really truly the number one way. Well, what are ways that we think of keeping our kids healthy and active? Get them involved in sports, all the extracurricular, get them a trainer, get them on the team at school, get them into running, get them into all this and that stuff. And while yes, those things are definitely helpful with the way most schools are set up, and they're not set up for our kids to be healthy and active. In fact, gym in an essence is completely wiped out of school. I think when my kids, and I'm not going to knock all schools, but at least I know from the experience that I've had in general, gym class is really kind of at the bottom of the barrel, right? All the other scholastic things are much more important. But at least for me, why I went from a Catholic school to a public school is I needed to be active. Actually, I excelled in school once I had activity to help release it. But that's a whole nother topic. The number one way that you can keep your kids healthy and fit, however active, however you want to call it, is to do this one thing. And that is for you to be active and healthy. That's right. You are who they look to. Now, they might not want to be around you. My kids, they do when they want something, right? No, my kids are great. But teenagers are teenagers. But I can just tell you is that I just got back. Why I'm so inspired to share this video is I just got back from the gym. Yes, I went to the gym today. I was going to do a workout at home, and I got kind of caught up. I usually do it at lunch, and then my wife goes to the gym early now. My daughter got home from school. My son got home. My son was doing stuff, and my daughter wanted to go to the gym. And I'm like, holy cow, it's awesome. Like, my 14-year-old wanted to go with me, and I thought that was great. And if you have any teenagers, just getting them to want to be around you is awesome. It's like a win and a high five. So my daughter went with me to the gym, and I was just thinking and contemplating. I was like, is it because I am the gym guy and forced fitness down her throat, or told her that she could only eat, salad and a piece of fruit? No, that's not it at all. In fact, the number one reason is because, and I believe, this is truly, I believe, and if you agree with me, you can share your thoughts in here by all means, is that she, as well as her brother, have been seeing what mom and dad have been doing for the entire life that they've been on. Now, maybe when they were little, but seriously, for like the past 8 or 10, they're like, well, Mark, it's easy. You're the coach, you're the trainer. They're going to see that. Well, no, that's not true, because I know plenty of parents whose kids are active and healthy and fit, and it's because they are active and healthy and fit, and that goes a long way. It doesn't have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be rocket science. You don't have to sign them up for the My Gyms and the personal trainers and all that other stuff. If they see you pursuing a healthy, fit lifestyle, do you not think that they're going to all like, hey, that's working for mom and dad. Maybe it's something I need to do myself. Again, it doesn't have to be rocket science. It really, truly doesn't. So listen, the number one piece of advice I can give to you, and if you're like young, if you have a young family, please really let this resonate. Let this hit home. It isn't pushing them into the sports every day after school, 2, 3, 4 sports. And then you sit on the sidelines and watch, and you get out of shape and you get unhealthy. Oh, well, my kid has all these travel sports and travel plans, and I have to do this and I have to do that. And pretty soon, at some point in time, they're going to not play those sports. So if you're not participating, if you're not actually pursuing it, it's going to be a lot tougher. Just Trust me, I've seen it all across the boards. So do yourself a favor. Just be active with your kids. Go take them for a bike. Or even, I can't say my kids necessarily want to go for bike rides with me. Or my daughter didn't even work out with me. We went to the gym and she went her way with her earbud things on, and I went my way. And then we met back up and I drove her home, and that was it. And you know what? I felt so good about it. I felt so passionate. I wanted to share this with you. So I hope this resonates with you. Maybe you're that young family and you're just trying to figure it out, and you got young kids and I get it. That's where you have to like divide and conquer, right? I totally get it. When my wife comes home from work, when our kids were little, like I would do the gym early and then I would let her go. And even when I had a gym, we had somebody come to the house so she could go and work out at our gym. And that way we could kind of divide and conquer. I totally get that. But I can just tell you, they are watching. Those little eyes, when they're 6, 7, 8, 10 years old, they're watching you. When they're 11, 12, 13, they're watching. When they start to get older, they're going to look at, they're going to look at they're going to look at their friends, they're going to look at their friends' parents, they're going to look at you, and they're going to say, well, what's mom and dad doing, about getting healthy? And don't wait until after. Don't say, well, I just am spending all my time with my kids. I don't have time for exercise and eating healthy and all that stuff. And I can tell you, don't be surprised. It's going to be much harder when your kids get older to break some of the habits you're trying to break yourself for them now when they get older. So it can be a generational thing. You can change this. If you maybe struggled and your family struggled and you had a family that was sedentary and weren't active, you can break the chain for the next generation, for your family, for your kids, for the legacy that's to follow in your footsteps. Isn't that awesome? Doesn't that inspire you? It is Thursday. Hope it inspires you. Take care. God bless. If I don't hear from you, talk to you over the weekend. Have an amazing, amazing weekend. We'll see you later.